A couple days ago, Arizona and Los Angeles had the big brawl. It started, Ian Kennedy hit the young prospect Yasiel Puig in the head. I don't really think that one was intentional because I just don't see a reason for it. I at least want to give him the benefit of the doubt. So a couple innings later, Zach Greinke hits Miguel Montero, the catcher for the Diamondbacks, in the back. And it should have been over then and there. You hit our teammate, I hit your teammate. Should have been done. Well, the very next inning, Zach Greinke is at bat, and Kennedy directly threw the ball at his head. Bench is cleared. You saw so many stars from the mid-'80s coming out and getting on the field. You had Mark McGwire and Don Mattingly for the Diamondbacks. You had Mattingly and McGwire for the Dodgers. You had Kurt Gibson on the Diamondbacks. Everybody's shoving everybody. There's people pushing each other over the catcher railing and all that stuff. So I don't think any suspensions or fines have been announced yet, but you can almost imagine that's coming. And realistically, they said the first predictions has Ian Kennedy being suspended for up to 8 games. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets suspended for 12 games. Because first of all, I don't think there was any reason to hit Greinke, hit the guy the second time anyway, but you definitely don't go after the guy's head. And let's not forget, Greinke is still 2 months removed from breaking his collarbone in the brawl with Carlos Quentin back in April. So, bad form on Kennedy's part. Yeah, you want to show loyalty to your teammates, but you can't be head-hunting people in this day and age and expect not to get a minimum of a 2-week suspension for it. Well, I don't know if you guys got anything else.
From what I was looking at, the Dodgers are saying that the score still remains unsettled.
Yeah, no, according to them, it's not over yet. Yeah, right. Yeah.
And they did feel that the issue should have been over after Greinke hit Montero in the 7th. But, that's the thing. Should this still be going on, or should these guys get over it and move on? And, you guys have much more of a deeper opinion on this kind of stuff, so I really want to hear what you think. Like, is this a drama or an issue or a beef going on between these two teams that should continue, or is this something that should be let die and move on?
Well, you got to remember, these two are interdivision rivals, so there will always be hostilities as a result of that. But, just because of the personalities you see on both sides, I don't think this is going to be something that dies. But obviously the next step is Major League Baseball is going to suspend everybody, and the next time they play, even before they take their field, Major League Baseball is going to wind up warning both teams, hey, if you go headhunting, you're just going to be tossed from the game. You know that's going to happen. But, throughout history, listen, the way it goes, if you hit an opposing team, the opposing team's going to wind up hitting you right after that. That's going to happen. So, like we said, when Montero got hit in the back, realistically, that should have been the end of it. Why Kennedy came back and hit Greinke at all, specifically in the head, I'll never understand, but I don't think this is going to be a dead issue.
No, Dodgers already came out and said it's not a dead issue. Mm-hmm. But the fines and suspensions that are going to come from this, first of all, they had a whole bunch of their guys that were on the DL run onto the field during the bench clearing brawl. And I don't know if either of you guys know this, but you can't do that. And not only just not from a health standpoint and a team standpoint, but you're going to get suspended. Those guys on the DL that aren't even playing right now are going to be suspended when they come back.
Is that going to be is that a new rule or something?
No,
because I don't think
you can't. If you're on the DL, you can't come off the bench and get involved in a brawl.
I'm pretty sure people have done it before without getting.
I'm telling you. I don't know how. New
I'm not saying you're
is.
wrong. I'm just saying I never remember them getting suspended for it, unless they actually threw punches in the brawl.
They're gonna get suspended. You can't come off the bench if you're on the DL. You can't come out of the dugout and off the bench. You can't do it. It's just you're gonna get suspended. Those guys that were on the DL for the Dodgers that came out are going to get suspended. All the players involved are going to get suspended. You're probably going to have manager suspensions as well.
You're definitely going to have manager suspensions after that, no doubt. Yeah,
a lot of suspensions coming from this.
I think just with Mattingly coming out and saying this is not a dead issue, I think he's setting himself up for that just off of that statement. So, But as far as I know, and listen, you're probably right. The only sport I know that has a clear-cut rule on guys on the DL leaving the bench is the NBA, because in the NBA, you can't leave the bench during an altercation without getting suspended. We've seen that countless times. So I wouldn't be surprised if Major League Baseball adopted that as a rule recently, but I haven't heard of it.
Pixel Junkie throws in that he thinks that MLB should apply the NBA brawl rules.
It's not a bad idea.
Suspended.
But listen, Ben, I think that's easier said than done in baseball, just because bench clearing brawls, this is going to sound corny, they really are as part of the sport as like baseball, apple pie, all that stuff. Base clearing brawls are kind of part of the tradition with baseball.
Oh, I get that. I mean, the first time they cleared the benches, nothing even happened.
Yeah, no, exactly. And that happens all the time where the benches are cleared, the bullpen guys will come out, but they'll just be standing there. So that does happen. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying I think that would be difficult for it to pass in baseball.
Yeah, I mean, look, you threaten guys from not being able to play or you take away money from them, it might change. But like you said, I mean, baseball is a game of tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why there's so much anger towards people that use the HGH and the steroids and all that kind of stuff. It's about they like tradition and their pastime.
The only problem I have with the guys getting hit by pitches, and that's just a part of baseball. You're gonna throw at a guy. You're gonna throw at a guy. It's gonna happen.
You can't go up here, though.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And Greinke got hit in the shoulder, but that easily could have been the face.
Pugh got hit in the nose.
Yeah, he got hit in the nose. What I'm saying though is, when you throw at somebody, you make sure to throw waist and down. You don't throw its upper body.
Correction on something. He hit him in the shoulder? I thought he got hit in the helmet.
He didn't. He got hit in the shoulder.
Oh, okay.
It like ricocheted off his shoulder and then skimmed his nose.
Either way, I agree with your initial point. You shouldn't be throwing it that high up. I've heard waist down, something like that. Listen, I think everyone gets pegged in the back. We've seen that before, but I think depending on where in the back, even that's a little too high. You got to take that into consideration. Just with everything, with all the attention to concussions and everything like that, you're setting yourself up for an even larger suspension than it would have been if you just went looking for the guy.
Yeah, I can't argue one thing. You definitely should not be throwing a ball at anybody's head. Mm-hmm. Not with the speed and velocity these guys can throw that ball with. No freaking way. You know what? You want to follow your rules of baseball. You hit my guy, I'm going to hit your guy. It keeps going. We're going to clear the ball, clear the benches and shove and push and punch each other. All right, fine. But there's no excuse. There's no reason to aim a ball at a man's head. There's just none.
And I will say, unfortunately, because I watched the replay of that a couple times, I think Kennedy intended to hit him. There's no doubt in my eye. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on the Puig one, not that Greinke one. That one, he went up there looking to hit him. Plain and simple.
I believe it.
Yeah.
So the beef is not over.